Hey guys, Brett Lies here, and welcome to an updated deck profile. So today I have my Oracle Think Tank, which is updated by Fighters Collection Winter, even though it's summer where I am right now. So let's get started. So for the starter, we're still playing Little Witch Lulu because she is, kind of like the heart of Soulless OTT witches. So if you don't know her effect, it's when you ride a grade 3, she moves out. And when she's called from your soul to rearguard, you can soul blast 2 Oracle Think Tanks and then draw a card. She opens up all your drawing combos. Next up, we play 4 Scarlet Witch Coco. So Coco, she has plus 3k when you don't have any cards in soul. Then when you ride her, you can counterblast 2, draw 2 cards. So she's still your ideal ride target, because when you ride that, you empty out your soul. You can activate Lulu first, so you have no soul for Coco. So that's being like the standard combo with Coco Lulu for like ever since Lulu came out. So that's that. Next up, from the new Fighters Collection, we have 4 Rose Red Witch Cuckoo. So her ability is Counterblast 1 when it's placed on Vanguard or Rearguard Circle. If you have a Vanguard with Witch in its name, and the number of cards in your soul is 1 or less, pay the cost of you, draw 2 cards, and then discard a card. Really good card, Counterblast 1 for +1 in hand, and typically you could have something like this. Like call out Lulu, soul blast this, draw 2 cards, then call this here. And you get to draw 3 cards in that one turn, discard 1 though. So you get to draw 4, discard 1, and you have a 16k column just like that. So I don't know, you feel like you want to call more grade 3s to rearguards now, which is why I'm running 8 grade 3s instead of 7 like I used to. And also, I'm not playing any Susana tech because of the Witch Stride. I just want to increase my chances of actually getting a Witch in hand because I'm not running Lala, or Gaga, or any other Witch. I'm just running my grade 3s and Lulu as witches. So that's why that's there. Next up, I play 4 10k vanillas. They can be any 10k vanillas. I just prefer having a variety because it throws off your opponent sometimes. The reason why you want to play 4 is the grade 2 game is very common in this particular meta, so you don't want to get rushed down by an opponent committing a little bit to the board and spamming it with 9Ks or 19K columns of subplans or whatever, so you want to ideally get your 10K straight away. So that's that. Yep, 4 Silent Tom. That's pretty self-explanatory. You can hit nice numbers. You can hit big, strong numbers. He's still kind of your win con, though you have another way. But stacking crits on this guy is always deadly. Next, I'm only playing 3 other 12k attackers. His job is kind of made less useful. I find myself mostly discarding him because now you get to make the 16k column with Cuckoo and Lulu, and you don't need your 12k attacker. You can make a nice 16k column like that. So you don't really need him to make a good column with Lulu. It's just there if you have to. And half the time you'll be trying to swing out rearguard anyway. Grade 1s, 4 Strat Enabler. Definitely can't cut down on 4 because you don't want to be discarding your grade 3 witches, as the stride cost does require a witch to discard, so definitely gotta play 4, you don't even bother about their searching ability, just use them for striding. Next up, I have bumped up my 8k vanillas up to 6 now. I am no longer playing Weather Girl Milk in the deck. I used to play 2. That's because then I could still have the 5 8Ks, because I would only run 7 grade 3s. But now that I'm running 8 grade 3s, I need the space in my grade 1s for more 8Ks. And then, 5, I don't want to 1 Milk or like 1 Lala maybe. So I think the 6 8Ks are a lot better now, especially for this style of deck now. So, yep. Next up, we're playing 4 Perfect God Gs. This deck doesn't use as much Counterblast as the previous version of it, but it still uses a fair amount, so unflipping is always nice. And like I said before, you'll be drawing so many cards anyway that you can just drop like 20k shield for Tom if you have to. So Perfect God Gs are very good. Still playing the same trigger lineup of 12 crit. Still not running draws because you don't want to draw into draws, and crits are just more useful. I did mention in my first version of this deck that once the Susano crit comes out, I'll be playing it, but that's on the assumption that I'll still playing Susano. So since he's not in this deck, I'm still sticking with 8 vanilla crits and then 4 psychic birds. So yeah. And of course, 4 heals, 4 Los Angeles for when you stack like crap ton of cards at the bottom. Like, let's say you have like 3 triggers at the bottom. It'll be really hard to get that nowadays. You just, well, in this build, it's really hard to get 3 crits at the bottom. You can sort of shuffle it, which is still good, and it's still kind of troll when you just have this as a column and swing for 11 and shuffle all them back. It's fun. I've done it before, and it's won me a game, surprisingly. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. On to the strides. The interesting part. Playing 2 Kieran. He's still a good card for on hits. Yeah, when he hits, you get a look at top 2, add 1 to hand, put the rest at the bottom. You don't go into Kieran if you're on Coco though. You just don't, because now with the grade 2 game, people will have like a Perfect God probably, so 25 is also a lot less scary. You only really go on Kieran if you are on your Cuckoo. So if you're on Cuckoo, you can start into Kieran. Otherwise, just leave it and actually just stride into my next stride, Medew. So you stride Medew, you get your grade 3 back. So you ride Coco, you draw your stuff, and maybe just got a Cuckoo. And with Medew, you get to add Cuckoo back to your hand, call it the rear guard, draw more cards. So yeah, Medew, excellent choice. Typically if you're on Coco, Medew. If you're on Cuckoo, first target, Kieran, so depending on what you ride. Next up, I am still playing 2 Sword Deities of Thunderbreak. Guy's name I can't pronounce. So basically, I'm not running Gaga or Lala and so I'm only playing actually 2 of the Witch Strides. So because I'm not playing extra witches, I'm still playing these guys. But these guys are still good. Like, I often find myself going into him before I go into Mimi. I find myself going into him, getting the extra cards in my hand, and then next turn going into Mimi or whatever. Because, like, Coco, then 1 use of Cuckoo, then this guy, that's 5 counterblast. You unflip and heal. So you definitely have space for excess counterblast now, and yeah, that's why I said this deck's a lot less counterblast heavy, because you're not looking to use this guy twice, which costs like 4 counterblast. So that's that. Then 2 of the new strides from Fighters Collection Winter. So it is Floral Witch Master Mimi. Yeah, you all have the same. So it's funny. So basically, her skill is to discard a witch unit in your hand when it's placed on Vanguard. If you have a Witch Heart. Let me just read it respectfully. Choose a card of Witch and its card name from your hand and discard it. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, you may pay the cost if you have a Witch Heart. If you do, your opponent may choose 2 cards from their hand and discard them. If they do not discard 2 cards, choose one of your opponent's Vanguard, deal damage, and they don't get the damage check. So it's a bit like Vortex Dragon units damage, except they have to discard 2 instead of retire 2. But it's still a -2 to them, so it's really good. And it's even better because this card single-handedly changes games so much, because because they're scared of a Tom column, and with this, it's very likely that they're having to discard like 2 10Ks or like really important shields, otherwise they won't be able to guard Tom. So it's still, really good card. Finish. And then same logic, I play the 1 Blizzard. Same logic as before, for the very end game before you deck out in this deck. You want to use Blizzard, finish your opponent off. Typically you're going to be flipping up either a Meteor or a Kieran that you have spare. And then just hit for a giant number, stack all the crits here, unless they no guard where you stack all the crits here. And win like that. What's changed from this deck, from the previous iteration of it, is normally I don't have a booster behind my Vanguard. I've considered like moving Lulu to like this circle or something, to behind the Vanguard circle, but typically she moves to the side circle because then she's not like, I don't know. I might consider moving here so you can like set up for a second Tom column, but really on game state you can either move it here to make column of Cuckoo or set up for another Tom column and move it here. But very rarely do I ever have a booster for my Vanguard. Just keep that in mind when you're playing this build, that you might not always have a booster for your Vanguard, so it might get discarded for a ton of zeros. So yeah, like 26, 31, that's a big difference. So you just keep in mind that deck has a different playstyle. Not much of a different playstyle. It's still crit to win, but yeah, it's just enjoy. Yeah, thanks for watching this deck profile, I guess, and see you all next time.